Did you hear what happened today? Of course you did.
On what front?
We talked about it. Okay, so we did a video on Harvey Weinstein, who I call Harvey Wallbanger, and it was a bit premature, I think.
Yeah.
Because now, like we said, like we thought, people would come out of the woodwork to make such claims, sexual harassment.
Yeah.
And we don't know. I mean, some of them are legit, some of them are not. It's just Hollywood is like a school of fish.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they all put their fingers in the air to see which way the wind is blowing, and that's the way they're going.
Never know who's going to be your friend.
Politically.
Well, they're probably all going to be your friend if it's good to be your friend.
So, yeah.
If it's not.
So what happens when an incident like this occurs is it gives people, rightly or wrongly, the confidence to come out because there's strength and safety in numbers.
Right.
And so it's the whole Me Too thing, hashtag Me Too thing.
Yeah.
And then they come, forward. So we all know that there's a whole gamut of false accusations to very real accusations to downright rape.
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
I have a Hollywood story.
Yeah. Let's hear your story.
Have I ever told that?
I don't think so. Him too.
Me too. I was no, it was just very inappropriate. It was and it was the reason that many of these things are inappropriate is because there is what do you call that? It's a conflict. It's a conflict of interest when you have somebody who has access or can grant you access to your career.
Yeah.
And they say, I will only grant you access if you let me with your body and my body.
But it's become like a culture thing in Hollywood. It's just accepted.
Yeah.
So people figured, I'll never get in trouble for this.
That's the way of Hollywood. Yeah. And the innocents get off the buses and the trains and the planes every day of every year since my parents were children and before. And they arrived out there when they were young. So my father went out there to be a stuntman. My mother went out there to be an actress. And they met in Hollywood. They were both from the same small town in Mississippi. Anyway, so I was introduced to a big Hollywood agent who had offices on Melrose. And I went out to dinner with him. We had a dinner meeting. He said, come on back, we'll talk some more, we'll hang out at my place, I'll show you. He wanted to show off his trophies, all his pictures of him with various movie stars, etc. So I went to his house, and Paltrow said I was just a kid. Well, by her standards, I was just a kid, but I was a grown-ass man, and I knew,
What, 24?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, this stuff, all the kinds of stuff like this happened when I was in my young 20s. And I knew, you go in somebody's house, you got to be on your toes. And so I remember a conversation with this agent on his front porch. I was departing and he was asking me to stay for a drink. I don't think he yet invited me for a drink. But I guess we were picking up my car at his house, and he said, come on in, I'll show you some stuff. My etchings, is that what you said?
My trophies.
So there became a sexual tension. And this is 30 years ago, so I don't remember exact detail, but
he told you basically that you are going to have to do that at some point.
He wanted sex.
Yeah.
And I was politely saying, I really have to go. And he said, and I paraphrase, he said, are you serious? He said,
yeah, quite.
And he wanted to give me his sage advice was, again, paraphrasing, you want to work in this town and you don't want to play the game. There's a million of you. Who do you think is going to succeed? And he was reiterating to me what I already knew, which is, and I don't want to do the sour grapes thing because a lot of people go out there with a lot of talent and make it.
Yeah.
And they don't have to do that kind of stuff. But sadly, a lot of people go out there and they say, "Oh, this is the game. Here's what you want, Mr. Producer. Where do I kneel? Here, you know, et cetera, et cetera." It happens all the
Where do I
time.
kneel?
I mean, which altar? So,
Well, yeah, and it happens everywhere, not just Hollywood.
so needless to say, I didn't get that agent. And then I had a friend who was in film distribution, and I had auditioned for a director who had hired me before on another movie for a small part. And my friend who was in distribution, who was friends with this, I say director, he was director and producer, but he was producer when he hired me. He auditioned me for another film for a larger part, and I later found out from this friend, don't name any names, he said he liked you for the part, and he confided in me that if he knew he could have sex with you, that he would have hired you.
Oh, God.
Like brought you down to, I don't want to say where they were filming, but so I imagine someone acquiesced, because that was the way it was related to me, was that someone was hired who could be a toy and an actor. So that's the way Hollywood,
Yeah.
a lot of it functions. Now,
Yeah.
am I angry about that? It's
No.
not really, not really, because I'm not on a. It's not. I don't know. It's principle. It's wrong. It's wrong
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
It's wrong for them to do that.
Yeah.
It's very wrong, and it's tragic for a lot of people. It's troublesome. They are the gatekeepers, and they're making people perform sexual acts to get what they want.
Yeah.
However, be warned, when you go to Hollywood, it's not like you've got a job at a legitimate corporation.
Well, at legitimate corporations, it happens too.
Yeah,
So,
and that's wrong.
yeah,
That's very wrong.
I know.
So, maybe I'm a simple guy, and I probably shouldn't profess my attitude toward it. I'm just saying that that's what happens. So recently, what happened was Jennifer and I were noting how it's Hollywood is like a house of cards.
Yeah.
And it's just falling.
Falling.
And
And then
Kevin
Kevin Spacey from House of Cards.
from House of
gets
Cards.
called.
And one reporter
I'm
noted,
like, everybody is going to get called.
yeah,
Everybody.
yes. And his incident was 30 years ago, where he supposedly threw himself on a young man, and
What? Really?
Yeah.
I didn't read it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So I don't know. Who knows? But that young man, Spacey claims to not remember. However, in the melee, Kevin Spacey comes out.
Oh.
So one reporter said he may have invented something which is coming out at the worst time, at the most inappropriate time, awkward time, I should say.
It is awkward.
So he came out, and there you go. You've got your house of cards. So who knows? And so that reminded me of the movie coming out.
Oh, I love that movie.
So if you want,
I know like every word to that movie.
so this comes around to a movie recommendation. If you want to laugh your ass off,
Yeah. So funny.
if you like good, rich comedy,
Yeah.
a mile a minute, the whole way through, it's laugh after laugh.
It really is. Yeah.
Coming out with Kevin Kline, who
No,
was
In and Out.
oh, sorry, yes,
In and Out.
In and Out, In and Out. It's a movie about
It's kind of old, but it's still good. It's still.
he's like a high school
It doesn't look old.
English literature
Yeah.
teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And it's noted for its kissing scene with Tom Hanks.
Selleck.
Tom Selleck, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Tom
Kline
Selleck
and Tom Selleck.
and
Kevin Kline.
yes. So they have a nice long kissing scene. But the movie is
12
hilarious.
seconds.
And if you're homophobic, that's your own problem.
It doesn't matter.
You'll
It's still gonna
probably
be funny.
still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because it's that funny.
Yeah.
So, In and Out with Kevin Kline. He's engaged to Joan Cusack in the movie.
Yeah.
And she is just freaking hilarious
She
in
is.
it. And
Everybody
I think
is.
Cameron Diaz in
So
it, Matt
good, yeah.
Damon. not Matt Damon,
Matt
Matt
Dillon.
Dillon. Oh my God.
So good.
So watch that movie. And,
If you want to laugh.
all right. Yeah. So back to the harassment stuff. Like I said, who knows, man? It just a million people are going to come out.
There's probably a fine line, but it's such a gray area. Like what constitutes it harassment, and where is that line? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think everyone at one time in their lives, especially guys, are gonna think back and think, "Oh God, I could get in trouble for that."
I've always tried to be a principled person and do the right thing. And to me, doing the right thing is to help avoid other people incurring harm.
Right.
And if someone attacks you, you tell somebody. Your parents should be telling you this when you're 3-4 years old.
Yeah.
You should know this. You should be reminded of this all your life. And if you are attacked, you know what the fear is? Selfishness. The fear is I don't want to say anything because I want jobs.
Yeah.
And I don't, other people getting attacked
people won't believe me, or
no, I think the bigger part of it is, well, again, that's me judging people, but I don't like to think that that's what it comes down to, is people are afraid they won't get jobs, so they'll allow other people to be hurt. And I think that is a large part of it. Yeah. Anyway, so that was what we wanted to touch on today.
Yeah, we were walking, so thought we'd bring you with us.
Check out the movie, all right?
Yeah, hilarious.
Thanks for watching, everyone. What's your opinion? Share it below.